the real thing. This is not a drill.
Eureka.
Plays every day, yeah. We make 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 plays every day, yeah.
Welcome to the Real Fantasy Playmakers. I am your host, Bogard Scott-Free. Man, I want to bring on an unsung hero. I want to bring on somebody that everyone will know eventually in the world of sports journalism, in the world in general. Like, call me crazy, but you know what I'm saying? I live in the big old world just like the rest of us. But you know what I'm saying? I know how to diagnose talent. I know how to recognize and call a spade. And in this case, he's one of the upcoming journalists that you need to pay attention to in the sports world. His writing's fucking incredible. I am happy to be a part of his gang as well. This is Rumboyz gang. You know what I'm saying? But I want to, how about this? With no further delay. You know what I'm saying? Because I can continue to, rock accolades and point out all kind of fly shit, but I just want to introduce the guy, the young man, my big bro even, J Love. Hey! And of course,
Hey, what's good, bro?
Man, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good.
Okay, so check us out, Playmakers. You know what I'm saying? We are definitely going to break down the 2020 Cardinals draft class. We're going to take a look at, the 2020 Cardinals in general from a fantasy perspective and a reality perspective. You know what I'm saying? But before we get to all that, you know what I mean? We're going to handle some housekeeping. Follow us at the GMM Network on IG and Twitter. Follow me at Bogard Scott Free World, and follow my man J Love. Go ahead, let him know.
Yes, Rumboyz J Love on Twitter. That's it. I don't have any IG. I don't have any Snapchat or anything like that. I keep myself pretty low key when it comes to social media.
No, I feel you, dog. You know what, dog? This is why you are an elder statesman, because most of these young bucks, you know what I mean? They're so thirsty for attention, and then they have to be on everything. And I get it. But especially if you're in business. But I love that you concentrated to one aspect and just Twitter. You know what I mean? And he is a must follow. Everybody fuck with him, Playmakers, because this dude, what did you go? 13 for 32? What was it in the draft?
First night I went 14 for 32.
14 for 32. Damn, what is that? Like a 48% hit rate? Something like that?
I think it's 40. Off the top of my head, I think it's 43.
43. See, it's fucking incredible. Hey, okay, so check us out, Playmakers. Also, follow us. Subscribe to us on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network on YouTube, and be sure to check out rumboyz.com. That's Rumboyz with a Z. You know what I'm saying? For all your merch, all that drippy swag, you feel me? And shout out to our sponsor, Milk and Honey, for all your CBD wellness and all your CBD goodness. Visit www.milkandhoneytx.com. Hey, dude, my Jamaican horns just shit on me. But anyways, J Love, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Doing as good as I can during these stressful times. But
really, really is stressful times. You ain't lying. It is. I always jokingly call it the apocalypse. But I like saying crazy shit like that. But I really, most of the time when the crazy shit I say, I actually believe in. You know what I mean? And then you got all these religious people too. They swear this is the end of days. But they've been swearing for the longest though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if that ain't the truth.
Yeah, it's... All right, well, check us out, J Love. I want you to just let us know a little bit about yourself and a little bit of your history, where you're from, You know what I'm saying? And lead it up to how you became a writer for the Rumboyz and etc.
Well, yeah, I'm from Freeport, Illinois, small city in Illinois, about 2 hours probably from Chicago, but with traffic, you're probably looking at about 6. Why I'm a Cardinals fan? I know that's a question I always get. If you're from Illinois, why are you a Cardinals fan?
Was it the Kurt Warner days?
No, before that actually.
Oh, nice! I respect you so much now.
Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
Just a little bit before that.
I fucking respect you even more.
I was like 4 or 5 when I was a Cardinals fan. When I became a Cardinals fan.
So this is some of your earliest memories, even.
Yeah, just sitting down on Sundays watching football with my dad. I moved to Arizona when I was young, so.
Oh, okay.
I've moved back and forth between states, moved all around the country multiple times. So when I started watching football, I lived in Arizona. That's the team I gravitated to.
Okay, so it makes sense. So like geographically, you were actually there. Okay, all right, word. So it's not, and to me, that's not a shocker then, because some of my earliest memories, they resonate with me for life. Like, it's kind of crazy because, fun fact, Playmakers, the pineal gland, you know what I'm saying, is very active as a child, and the things that you register, it just kind of resonates, you know what I'm saying, with you for the rest of your life. Like, you know what I mean? Some things. In this case, Cardinals, with you. Jamaicans. Yes, they're working! Do we still have J-Love? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
All right, well, check this out, bro. Let's just get right into it then. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go ahead. Oh no, actually, no. Let us know how Robbie, discovered you in that sense. Because you are like, in my opinion, you are the premier writer. This is not a knock on the Peacock. This is not a knock on Connor Burke or Kenneth or any who's another one. There's one more. He's a Raiders fan.
Eric.
Yeah.
Eric.
Yeah. Shout out to all of them. This is not a knock on any of them, but maybe this is a personal opinion in my behalf. Like, I enjoy your writing the most because you not only are you intriguing and you just you pleasantly surprise me, and like now it's just coming to the thing where like. And I need to start leaving comments because I know you expressed that too. You're like, how come motherfuckers ain't leaving no comments? God damn it! You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me know. How did this come about?
It wasn't even about football. It was so my mom decided to get rid of cable, and I was looking for a way to watch the Duke versus North Carolina game. This was early 2019,
wow.
So 2019 college basketball season, right before March Madness. It was the second game between them out of the 3. I was looking for a way to watch the game.
I remember this.
And I stumbled on Robbie. He had a whole bunch of passion. The UNC fan. Really
so you jumped on YouTube?
Yeah, it was on YouTube.
And so you're just trying to find someone that was watching the game that you're trying to watch.
Yeah. That's all it was. Stumbled upon his channel. Really intriguing guy. Stuck around for a few months. Became a mod. And then draft season came around, and I was like, "Yo, this is the type of stuff I pay attention to." And he was like, "I didn't have too much of a chance to do any scouting this year." I was like, "I kind of did." So I helped him out with that. Started releasing some articles there. Then draft grades came around, and that's when I started releasing there, and that's how I became a writer. So it was literally just by circumstance and me hanging around and Robbie's personality. That's all it was.
I love circumstance, bro, because circumstance is how I met you guys, even. To be honest.
Yeah.
I'm at, I am in my mid 30s. You know what I'm saying? You are a wee tyke. You're an adolescent right now. You know what I'm saying? But even though that you've been around for decades, beyond me. You know what I'm saying? Right? Then this goes without saying. You know what I'm saying? He's just fucking. Listen, Playmakers. I'm not even joking. This kid, this man, you know what I'm saying, is wise beyond my words for sure. But anyways, due to circumstance, being in the age I am, I don't really get close to people in general unless there's circumstance, whether you're working with them or you know what I mean. How many you might not know this yet, but watch when you're my age. You know what I mean? The people that still are around you are probably going to be the people you've known for a decade plus, and then anyone else that you would meet and get a chance to get close to, it would be due to circumstance. So in this case, it's definitely circumstance, like, and in the best way. Like, we're colleagues now, and like, I fucking love being a part of this crew, bro. Like, I also hate that they made you the Pink Ranger on the graphic. That was fucked up.
Hey, nah, we had to make Justin the black one. He's white chocolate.
Yeah, he's white chocolate.
Robbie's definitely green because that's his guy.
Yeah, he fucking loves Tommy. I love that they made me the Red Ranger for the record. You know?
Yeah, Peacock's blue because he'll beat anybody up. But nah, my last name's Love. I kind of expected it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's true with the heart emojis and shit. Yeah, man. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's get right into this shit, B. Tell me about the 2020 Cardinals draft class. I mean, let's go in chronological order even, because this is time Playmakers where you're going to hear me not say too much, because this guy knows how to break the ism down.
I mean, yeah, this is kind of what I do. It's just scouting for these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, Isaiah Simmons. Everybody knows about Isaiah Simmons. He is
Beast.
He doesn't have a position. He plays defense. When you ask him what position he plays, he says, I play defense and I play everywhere.
Love that.
That's what he is. Right now, he'll probably play when there's 3 safeties on the field for the Cardinals, which is about 25% of the time. He'll line up at safety. He can line up some inside linebacker, but for the majority of the time, I'm going to see him playing some outside linebacker for the Cardinals. 3-4 outside, that is.
Nice, so you can see him screaming off the edge even. Is what you're saying.
I mean, yeah, he can pass rush, but he gives the Cardinals some
flexibility.
flexibility.
You're right, because he could drop into coverage, and yeah, you're right.
He can drop in coverage. Yeah. He can strictly just cover a tight end, but with the Cardinals having Jordan Hicks and just picking up Devondre Campbell.
Do you remember last season? I'm sorry to cut you off, but do you remember last season? What did the Cardinals defense do the most?
Gave up money to tight ends.
Exactly. Not like, because when you said that just resonated, it registered, I should say, immediately. Because I was just streaming tight ends against them. If I didn't have a premier tight end, I was just seeing whoever the fuck was playing the cards. You know what I mean? But yeah, okay, go on.
Hey, you know what's even worse about that?
What's that?
I did that.
Oh man, listen, I'm a Niner fan, bro. Full disclosure, Playmakers. I mean, they obviously know, but I'm a fucking Niner fan, and I loved them even more during the bad years. Because I would just be like, who's playing the Niners? I need to stream a receiver. And I'd be like, I would fucking love them. I would watch the game, watch my guy go off on them. You know, my streaming option, that is. And I'd be like, I love you, Niners. Niners, give me money. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make you a bad fan. It just makes you a realist.
Yeah, I just pulled it up. The Cardinals this past season gave up 98 catches for 1,200 yards and 16 touchdowns versus Titans. All of those numbers lead the league. Those numbers lead the league.
That's like Travis Kelce playing them every game, essentially. That's
Kittle.
That's Kittle.
That's George Kittle.
Yeah. Shout out to my man Jorge, friend of the show. You know what I mean? I have a quick Jorge story. I remember when he was a rookie going to training camp. You know, my dad's retired, but he can't sit still. So he was just doing Uber. And he sends me this picture. It's him and this gigantic white guy. And I'm like, who the fuck is that? He's like, it's George Kittle, Jay. First of all, I'm Jay in my family. I'm a junior, so they call me Jay. Fun fact, right? But anyways, he's like, Jay, it's George Kittle. And I'm like, oh, shit, I knew the name. Obviously, because, you know what I'm saying, I'm a Niner fan, but I wasn't familiar with the face. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy, this big-ass white guy with his hand around my dad's shoulder, his arm around my dad's shoulder, you know what I mean? And because, he's just like, my son's such a big fan. And my dad's a big fan, too. He's the whole reason I'm a Niner fan. He came from Frisco. He came from the Philippines in '78. Touches down in Frisco. You know what I'm saying? So, this is during the time of the Zodiac Killer and shit like that. And, San Francisco, it was a crazy city at the time, man. And then, then they draft this kid named Joe Montana, and it's just, the rest is history. Saying I was born in the mid-'80s, so, I was just born and raised in this shit. You know what I mean? Just to give you a little backstory on my Niner fandom, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah, continue. So, obviously, your first round pick, Simmons, beast. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there isn't too much you can say about Isaiah Simmons that hasn't already been said.
For real.
The second round pick, if you want to cover it now, was technically DeAndre Hopkins. We traded it for him.
Of course. My man Nuke Skywalker, love him. Okay,
Yeah, beast.
Side note, because we remember Kyler Murray was actively scouting, or touting, whatever you want to call it, just all at the pro day before the apocalypse hit for one CD Lamb. And CD Lamb was drawing the Nuke Skywalker comparison, and then they said, "Fuck it, let's just go ahead and get the real Nuke." You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that Kyler Murray wanted his favorite target when he was at Oklahoma.
Exactly.
That was his guy. They were roommates. They were best friends. Of course, he wants him on the team. But the Cardinals
Damn, they're
made a
roommates
great
too.
decision at 8. Yeah, they were roommates. They're literally best friends. But the Cardinals made the right decision. They could have taken him at 8. They could have traded back to get him. But they went Isaiah Simmons and went with the more pressing need and probably got better value in getting a proven commodity in DeAndre Hopkins instead of CeeDee Lamb.
And they, he's already, they just adopted the contract even. So it's like he was all good. He was good to go. Giving up David Johnson too, like who had a fucked up contract that for sure Bruce Arians got him because Bruce Arians is the type of guy.
No, that wasn't Bruce Arians actually. That was
Oh, you're right. He got paid when it was
Steve
Wilkes. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Average. See, this is what I'm talking about, Playmakers. This is why I got my big bro on here. You know what I mean? Okay, so continue.
Yeah, but after that second round trade, we got Josh Jones, an offensive tackle from Houston.
What's your draft grade on him, particularly?
Josh Jones, that's an A. Josh Jones, I had pegged as a late first round offensive lineman. I don't know how or why he fell to the early third round. From what I heard, teams didn't know he was available. I saw something.
I think it's a common theme.
Swirling.
I think it's a common theme that because of the corona climate confinement, people weren't exactly able to really evaluate these players. So it's kind of like they just kind of went with what was existing out there. You know what I mean? Like as far as information goes, because you can get so much out of how long do they have? 3 hours total or whatever? How long is it that they could even contact these guys?
I think it's they have an hour with each player that they wanted to interview, and they can interview one person per day.
Okay.
Through this, so they had roughly 45 people that they could contact.
Yeah. As far as far as linemen, that's what, like a fraction of that. That's like what?
Yeah, you're probably looking at like 6 maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so you're happy with that pickup?
Yeah, no, the first 2 picks through days 1 and 2, I was ecstatic. I had the Cardinals with them.
Including the Nuke.
Yeah, including Nuke, A+. The draft was A+, easily. Probably the best draft so far out of any team at that point.
Yeah. And Playmakers, you wouldn't even have to know he's a Cardinals fan. Like if you didn't know this, that he's a Cardinals fan, you know what I'm saying? Or even just in that sense, like just taking the Cardinal the Homer hat off, you're just being real. Like they really legit had a fucking A+ draft first day. Like for real.
Yeah,
like
whenever I do my draft grades or anything like that, I don't sugarcoat anything. I'm not gonna say, well, I'm a fan of this team, so maybe. No, they had a good draft. I'm not gonna be biased by any means.
No, for sure. Okay, continue. Who we got next?
Next, to start day 3, they picked up Lecky Fotu.
Ooh, I like that kid actually.
Yeah, big old nose tackle out of Utah. Not so much a pass rusher, just gonna stuff the run. Something the Cardinals need.
Fuck yeah.
Beef up that D line.
Because they legit led the league last year in their highest percentage of 8-man boxes, which I feel like directly correlated with the fact that they were giving up 1,200 yards plus to the tight end. You know what I mean? And it's like with the addition of Simmons and now what's your boy's name with the nose tackle? What's his name?
Lecky Fotu.
Yeah, bruh. Damn, we might see a culture change. I almost put my Homer hat on. I was about to hella hate right now. Okay, tell us more about your man's right here.
Yeah, Lecky Fotu, he's not going to rush the passer. He's literally just going to be a run-stuffing nose tackle, play probably first and second down, goal line packages. That's going to be it. The Cardinals need that, though, considering their nose tackle last year was Corey Peters for most of the season, and he was actually hurt. So they had a revolving door with just nose tackles in general.
Yeah.
Actually, their starting nose tackle just got cut. The guy who started like 8 games just got cut from the team. So he's gone.
So, okay, now here comes the first Bogard ignorant question. As the nose tackle, does he nose? Does he know? Don't answer that.
I hope so. I hope so.
You hope so. Okay, well, that suffice. Okay, we'll go with that. Bro, I can't lie. Half the time when I do this show, I make myself laugh. Is that weird?
That just lets you know you're having a good time.
Yeah, I really enjoy what I'm doing, to be honest.
You enjoy yourself.
Yes, I mean, yes, pause. I mean, I guess that's not a pause. That's not like that doesn't suffice as a pause moment, but yes, I do enjoy myself.
No, it does. It does.
It really does not. Thank you, J-Lo.
No, it
Thanks,
does.
big bro. Okay, so now, hit me with the next pick.
Yeah, the next pick, they doubled up on defensive linemen. Kind of didn't like this pick. It's Rashard Lawrence out of LSU. He's another nose tackle. Probably could play some 3-4 end, but
he's a depth move because of the rotating. The what is it called? The revolving door at that position, like you just pointed out. Yeah.
They're adding depth. I like the pick. Good value. More of a pass rusher than Lucky Foe too. He is still at the same point a nose tackle. So he's primarily going to be a run stuffer, but good value. Decent player, another good draft pick.
At that point in the draft, were you looking somewhere else? Like you know what I'm saying?
I really wanted a corner at some point in the draft.
Yeah, for real though.
That was my biggest pet peeve that we didn't pick up a corner.
No, you ain't lying because, I mean, you know, I always picked on I like to bully players. And in this case, like in fantasy, like I would always I remember a couple years ago, I remember bullying the fuck out of Bevel. What was his name? Bethel? Justin Bethel?
Justin Bethel.
Yeah, I remember bullying the fuck out of him where I would just start every receiver, every secondary option, just, you know, like as a flex, or even in daily fantasy, I would just bully the fuck out of him because it's like they would go that direction, you know, opposing offenses. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And it was like, yo, they still need to figure that out, especially like with an aging, you know, Patrick Peterson. You know what I mean? Like, and he's still phenomenal too. Fucking, I love that guy, dude.
He struggled a little bit when he came back from injury, but
he played through injury too.
Yeah, but he came back from suspension. He did play a little bit through injury.
Yeah, for sure.
That came out after the season. He had a little calf injury, but
and soft tissue
towards the end of the season,
linger.
he was really good.
Fucking phenomenal, dude.
Turn back to that.
I remember him just shitting, fucking straight taking a dump on OBJ. Remember that? Just straight up.
Yeah, got 2 picks on him.
Yeah, just straight up on a fucking island. Just one, you know, just man to man, bro. Just man, that was Boy Meets World for real. Cause OBJ, let's be real, dog. The B in OBJ should stand for boy. You know what I mean? He's a little boy.
You could substitute a few other words in there, but yeah.
Hold on. This is NC-17, but yes, we know what it. Okay, how about this? We'll go Pigland. Atchbay? Is that what you're? Itchbay?
Yes.
I'm gonna try my hardest not to say bad words this whole time, for real. You know what I mean? No, because you know what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know. You know, you can express yourself and make it make sense without using the harsh words that I am fond of. But yes, okay, continue.
Yeah, I mean, but going back off of what I was saying about adding a corner, I was really high on Amik Robertson out of Louisiana Tech. That's who I would have taken there with that 425, who we took when we took Rashard Lawrence.
Yeah.
No 5th round pick, sadly, no compensatory or anything like that.
Yeah.
That was actually a part of the Kenyon Drake trade.
Yep.
So we traded that 5th round pick for Kenyon Drake.
Yeah. Okay, real quick. Well, we're just gonna keep combinating things, right? As we do. Combinating is a studio term because I do make music, and when you combinate things, you know what I'm saying. like say I'm making a bass line, right? Or I'm making a melody, like I will combinate the keys, I will combinate the sounds, right? So let's combinate the reality and fantasy takes, right? So in this case, is it a must to have Chase Edmonds if we have Kenyon Drake? Because I that's
don't.
where
Okay,
I'm at.
not anymore. If you asked me before the draft, I would have said yes, but not anymore.
Why did you guys? Okay, did you guys address that? Did you guys?
Yeah, we took a running back. Back.
Okay, continue.
Yeah.
With the next pick.
I'll just actually go. Okay, 6th round was an inside linebacker, adding some more depth. It was Evan Weaver. Simple. He's just a tackler. That's really it. Decent speed, but he's kind of like Blake Martinez in a sense. He's not great in coverage.
Well, that's a good comparison.
He's literally just he's just gonna tackle.
GB?
Yeah. He's not. He's in New York now, but yeah, he's just a straight tackler.
Right. Wait, which New York?
He's on the Jets.
He's on the
Giants.
Jets now.
He's on the Giants. I think.
Oh, Giants! Oh my God, dude, Giants defense might be low key. I can't lie.
He's on the Giants.
They were pretty good at stopping the run last year. Like as far as like when the year started progressing, and then with the addition of Bradbury, you know what I'm saying? Like, in the secondary, I'm kind of looking at them.
Their defense got better. I still don't like Daniel Jones.
Yeah, you're either going to be in bad situations, huh? I just picked him up as my second QB in that league that we just drafted the other night. When they hear this, it will be the other night. But yeah, did you fuck with that at all? The Rumboyz, you see the draft last night?
Yeah, it was in the comment section.
I love my team, dude.
It's hilarious.
I love that it's a real team now. Like that, and it's gonna be for charity too. I love it. I'm gonna the charity. I already know which charity I want to donate to. It's for the blind. You know what I mean? It's all right.
Any reason that resonates with you, or any reason behind it?
Yeah, for sure. I have a retina condition. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like like Aaliyah. Like Aaliyah. Rest in peace, Aaliyah. She had like a wandering eye type of shit. But I'm just saying, like that's why anything that has to do with the retina or vision or anything in that sense, like I'm just I support it. You know what I mean? Because no one would out of all. I mean, we can do the chalk. We could be like St. Jude's or whatever. You know what I mean? But And God forbid any children in general get cancer. Oh my God forbid. Pray to God. You know what I'm saying? I had to do the sign of the cross one time. But but I'm just saying, like, I'm saying there's a blind foundation. You know what I'm saying? Where and pun intended, no one would look at that. You know what I mean? So I just want to like highlight that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, but I love my team. I got hella youngsters on there. Love it. Fucking love my team.
But speaking of running backs and why I don't necessarily think Chase Edmonds is such an important handcuff, we took Eno Benjamin, probably a 4th or 5th round running back who we ended up getting in the 7th. One thing to talk about the Cardinals these past 2 years, they've just drafted off of value. Even going back to the 2018 draft, I believe that was that's 2019. This is 2020 draft. I'm tripping. But yeah, they just drafted off of value, something that Steve Keim never traditionally did, and then I think he finally realized, oh, my job is on the line, so let me switch up what I'm doing, and he's done great the past 2 years.
Yeah, man, and he fucking he legit like put on big boy pants, like he was like wearing Pampers for real. It was like, all right, bro, like they're about to fucking. He got
caught with that DUI, and he was like, ooh, that's not such a good look.
On top of being shitty in the draft prior to these last couple years, you know what I mean? He's like, I need to really step my shit up. Because, and he actually, like, he should be appreciative of his job because, you know what I mean? He's existing longer than some of these GMs, you know what I mean? Nowadays. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's been around for quite a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think I saw someone that said this was his 22nd draft, not as just the GM, but just in general.
Yeah, just in general.
This is his 22nd draft that he was a part of the Cardinals with, which is insane.
That's fucking uncanny right there, bro. Because you know what I'm saying? That's before you were born even.
Yeah, he's been doing his draft things.
Actually, I'm lying, dude. before the last time you remember being born, even. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Benjamin Button in the flesh. Do you give me
For anybody that doesn't know me, I'm 17.
Yeah, he's literally 17 years old, and his name is Jordan Love, and Robbie initially thought you were a 6'2" black guy.
Yeah, he swore to God I was 6'2", 220 pounds, ready to walk into the gym and beat somebody up like it was nothing.
Well, I mean, you are like 6 feet tall, though, right?
No, I'm 6 foot, but yeah. But like, I'm not no 220. I guarantee you that. I'm like,
listen, I'm 5'7". I'm 5'7", and I'm 155 pounds. So you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, just you're the guy that would, like, if we were a tag team and we had a finishing maneuver, I would be the guy jumping off your shoulders. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Hey, we would be a hell of a tag team, bro. You know what I mean?
Nah, I'm not really a fighter.
You know what? You would. You know what? How about this? Me and Robbie will be the tag team, and you would be the manager.
Bet.
Yes.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yes. See, it's shit like that. This is why I enjoy what I do. You know what I mean? All right, so continue. So tell me more about this running back. So you think, because Kenyon Drake is goddamn injury prone. He's not going to play 16.
I mean, okay, look, I'm not going to call him injury prone.
Actually,
I'm going to call him
injury riddled. Injury riddled.
No, I wouldn't even say that. He's constantly caught in bad situations. That's literally it. He broke his leg in college.
Yeah.
Bad spot. That's not something that just happens unless you have a degenerative disease.
Yeah.
And then other than that, he's had small injuries that just linger when it comes to
soft
an ankle
tissue.
sprain. Happens to every NFL running
That's
back.
true.
An ankle
So
sprain,
it could
whether
be
it's a
bad
knee bruise,
trainers.
whether
Even.
it's
Could have been bad trainers with the Dolphins. Even
he was in Miami.
Yeah, a lot of hamstrings pop up in Miami. So.
Granted, we had a small sample size when he was in Arizona, but he looked healthy. And he's behind a better offensive line. I'm going to call the Arizona Cardinals offense good, or their offensive line good. It's better than what Miami had last year and for the past few years. But yeah, he finally got an opportunity. Personally, I think Kenyon Drake's one of those players that he kind of feeds better when he's getting a steady handful.
Yes.
If you look back to when he was in Miami, Jay Ajayi was the guy.
And
when
if
he was
not,
drafted.
Damian Williams too. Like even when they got rid of Jay Ajayi, it was Damian Williams and him.
And then when everybody thought, oh, let me go get Kenyon Drake, he's going to have the opportunity. Frank Gore got all the touches.
Oh yeah. Even Frank the Tank. Shout out my man Frank the Tank one time for real.
I had this huge debate with this person on Twitter who was like, Matt Breida is so much better than Kenyon Drake. And I was like, what is
faster?
wrong with you?
Maybe faster.
Matt Breida might be faster than Kenyon Drake.
Definitely
He's
faster.
not a better running back.
Better? I don't know.
He's not even close.
Kenyon Drake has hands, B.
Yeah, he does.
Fucking has hands.
This person was like, well, did he ever split loads with two running backs? I was like,
yes.
No, but he had no, not two, with one. He had Frank Gore, who got all the touches in 2018, and then his first 2 years, it was Jay Ajayi, who, by the way, if you don't know, both of those years in Miami, he got over I think it was like 300 carries or something like that.
Yeah, Ajayi. Oh yeah. Yeah, the London native or the British native, whatever he's from the UK for sure.
How many carries did he get?
Yeah,
in those 2 years, he got 260 one year and then 208 the next.
Yeah.
So he was fed the ball.
And that's kind of uncharacteristic of Adam Gase, even. You know what I mean? During that time, because I mean, actually,
there's another reason I don't like Kenyon Drake now. He's not behind a terrible Adam Gase.
Yes, bro. Adam Gase is a bitch, dog. I mean, I'm sorry. That's the first time I cussed. That's the first. He's in Itch Bay. I'm sorry. Fuck. I mean, okay. Damn it. You know what? I'm just not even gonna try no more.
Yeah, no. I think Adam Gase should not be a head coach anymore. Maybe an OC. He could be a decent OC.
He would be a better OC. I mean, he made Jay Cutler have a career year.
Think about it. He could get worse.
I hate Adam Gase, dude. Adam Gase, your Christmas card is not in the mail. Okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
but no, Kenyon Drake this past season was phenomenal when he was in Arizona.
So, does he suffice? Does his third round draft capital suffice? I won for one because I only play PPR leagues. I for one think that's a great value.
I mean, if you don't play PPR, you're stupid. No
For real. Thank you, big bro.
If you're not playing
reconsider
PPR
your
should
life.
Be standard.
Reconsider your life.
Standard.
It really is. The shout out to the Fantasy Stoner. I like to call him Fantasy Gandalf. He actually
that man is Dumbledore. What do you mean?
No, he told me. He was like Bogard. He was like, this is during the draft. He was like, Bogard, you do know that PPR is the new standard, and I'm like, yeah, I know, but there's still dumbasses that they prefer standard. You know what I mean?
Which is dumb.
Stupid.
I mean, it's just dumb.
It's like you're limiting yourself to the player pool. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
You are, and also a lot of great players get the ball. If you're just going off of yards and touchdowns, then some random no-name who soaks those up can be
touches,
great.
Targets. That's it.
Right.
That's how I look at it. Touches and targets. The 2 T's. 3 T's even. Touches, targets, touchdown. Actually, no, 2 T's. I mean, we could throw the 3, but there's like touchdowns are the hardest to predict. And even though you could narrow it down, to like target market share within the 10 and within the 5 and stuff like that. So yeah, you know what? You're right. The 3 T's.
Yeah.
Touches.
Because I mean, when you're in the red zone, those red zone targets they're huge because that almost correlates completely when it comes to touchdowns.
Yeah. Touches, targets, and touchdowns. 3 T's. We said it here first on the GMM network. Right here on the Real Fantasy Playmakers. I just made that up with my man, my big bro, J Love. The 3 T's. That, you know what? I'm going to start fucking with that. That's actually kind of cool. The 3 T's. I don't think I've ever heard that.
Yeah, another thing to realize about Kenyon Drake. The Cardinals, when you think about the Cardinals, what do you think about when it comes to Cliff Kingsbury's offense? I'm assuming you're thinking 5 out, they're going to gunsling the ball.
Exactly.
That's what most people think. However,
but then they adjusted.
In all reality,
they adjusted like as the year progressed. He started.
No, they didn't adjust. The whole season, the Cardinals were consistently a top 10 rushing team.
No, I'm talking about they adjusted as far as like going to 12 personnel and more packages. Going to, you know what I mean? Like yeah. It says as far as like the 4 wide outs, like full on air raid type of shit. Like they started. That's what I mean by they adjusted during the course of the year.
They started out. They couldn't do it a lot because the offensive line was so bad to start the year.
They really did.
And Kyler Murray just had to get comfortable. I think that was the main thing. He first few games he did not look comfortable. He was shaky in the backfield.
Like literally.
But yeah, literally shaky. He was running around like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to not get hit.
Yeah. For real.
As soon as he started getting more comfortable, the offensive line started to pick up a little bit. They went with more empty personnel. They started to go more 12. And that's really when the offense started to open up.
I love it when I say things that are actually true because you would definitely correct me when I'm wrong. I love it. Like on Rumboyz, I fucking love it. It's like keep me coherent, bro. Oh, you make me better, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and you know what? As a big brother should, you look out for your little bro. You know what I mean?
I mean, I just don't want anybody to get the wrong idea.
Yeah, because we have to deliver.
Some people just hop in. Right, yeah. Some people just hop in here and there, and they're just like, well, what that dude just said is wrong. And then I'm just like, he just misspoke. He knows what he's talking about. Calm down.
How much can we not stand people like that? I can't stand like people that like say super chalk things that aren't even necessarily real. They're just saying it like, you know what I mean? Like for example, here's a poor example. Like people are like, well, he's a great receiver. He runs great routes. He really can catch the ball. Oh, really? Well, he is the receiver.
That's what receivers have to do.
Like, motherfucker, I can't stand. I mean, that's a poor example, but I'm saying there really is a lot of analysts out there like that. It's fucking annoying. I know that pisses you off.
This might just be me, but Joe Buck, whenever he's commentating, he literally just says what the player does. Oh, he's running up the field. Oh,
he's really carrying the
running an out
ball.
route. Oh, he caught the ball. Did that hit the ground? No, he caught it. Like, come on, man. Do something besides just say exactly what we're seeing.
What's your core? Okay, I love that we're kind of just winging this too. You know what I mean? But so with that said, yo, let's shit on DJ, man. Let's shit on fucking one of your rivals as far as what you do as a scout.
Daniel Jeremiah.
Yeah.
No, don't get me started. I don't want to.
I really want to know because he sucks, dude. Like, why the fuck is he the NFL's scout, like, on the network? Like, his hit rate is like 10%. He sucks.
I mean, okay, look. I completely disagree with a lot of what Daniel Jeremiah says, and
he's not even entertaining.
Scouts. No,
like,
he has a very dry personality.
Yeah, why the fuck do they have him on NFL Network? Like, I'm trying to find a reason why. Like, I know, like, I agree with you. I would jump in with you. Like, I'd be like, fuck this guy.
No, I just think it's stupid because what Daniel Jeremiah does is he scouts, and then he scouts right, but then he tries to be different than everybody else. Because you'll notice something, whenever there is a consensus, like, first 3 picks almost always this past year, which came true, were Joe Burrow, even first 4, you could say. Yep. It was Joe Burrow,
Young,
Okuda, and then people either went offensive line, which either worse,
or whatever one of the lines. Yep.
Yeah, whatever offensive lineman, and then there was sometimes Isaiah Simmons up there.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, this man publishes a mock, and he's just like, I like Mekhi Becton. And because he said it, this whole stream of people just flew behind him, and they're like, oh, he's 370 pounds, I like him too. Like, come on, man. Why you gotta be special misleading all these people?
Like, let's be specific even. Why Beckham then? Right? Why to the Giants?
Look,
Beckham, and he would never say shit like that. He would never be like, the one guy I pinpointed correctly was Wills going to the Browns because in that zone run scheme, you need an athletic lineman. You know what I mean? And like,
I would have went worse if I were them, but I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting Wirfs to be there. I saw Wirfs going higher.
I'm just saying, I view him as a project still. You know what I mean? Like, he's more better for pass protection. There you go. Let's say that. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah, right. And as far as run blocking, you know what I'm saying? I'll give out to Wills, and then that's what Stefanski would want to do with the Browns. Okay, but go on.
I mean,
we're talking about DJ. Let's shit on him.
Yeah, I don't. Daniel Jeremiah, I just don't like it. Some of the stuff he had, like, he had a 3rd rounder at one point going in the 1st round. And that was like, I was like, come on. I mean, I had a 3rd round grade on Ross Blacklock, and he had him going in like the 15 range.
Have you ever? Did you ever match your picks against his in his last draft? Even?
Oh, I'll look it up. I'll look up his last mock draft.
Let's do that. That's fun. That sounds fun. Even day one, being 14 out of 32, and I think you would have had more. Only the fact that, like, you know, it's hard to predict trades and stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Okay. Look, if you take out trades, I think I was like 14 for 27, more than likely. I think there was like 5 or 6 trades.
Yeah, that's like a 50% hit rate. Over 50, like 51.
I mean,
oh my god.
Okay. If you look at his last mock draft, he agreed with the top 3, and then I don't even hate his 4th pick, which is Tristan Wirfs.
Okay.
Cool.
Because that's a subjective thing too when it comes to linemen. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Because they should be a more passing offense. With Jason Garrett.
Not to flex, but my number 1 offensive tackle was the number 1 offensive tackle taken.
Yeah, for sure.
Was the 4th.
I remember that. You have that.
Let's go with that.
100% correct.
He went Herbert over Tua.
Big bro.
He went Herbert over Tua, which is stupid. I had Justin Herbert as my 4th corner.
Quarterback?
Quarter. I had Justin Herbert as my 4th quarterback behind Jordan Love. No bias because of the name.
And for the record, Playmakers, for the record, when the Packers traded up, our man J Love right here was like, I'm going to the Packers. He predicted it. You really did though. Okay, but go on.
He had Isaiah Simmons fall to 10. He had 4 offensive tackle. Okay, the number 1 offensive tackle who went off the board, which was Andrew Thomas, for anybody that doesn't know, went 4 overall. He had him going 14. And he did not have the Browns taking an offensive tackle. He had them taking Isaiah Simmons, who in no way was going past the Jags at 9.
Yeah, dumb fuck.
I mean, once you get back into the 20 past the 20 range, you're looking at a whole bunch of like
needs.
At that point, you're pretty much looking at the second round, and that's almost impossible to predict.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to critique him there, but there was some very key differences between me and him. I don't like him because he tries to be different. Sure, he's a nice person, dry personality,
sure.
No offense.
I'm pretty sure he's a nice guy in real life, but at the end of the day, it's like, yo, what dick are you sucking, bro? How the fuck did you get that job is what I'm trying to say. How the fuck did he get that job? Like,
yo,
I get angry even with the NFL Network, like, with their fantasy content they put. Like, this is why I love MJD. Shout out to Maurice Jones-Drew, friend of the show.
Oh, he published an article about, like, the top 50 players in the draft or something like that. That man had that stuff all the way messed up.
Oh, you're talking
like,
about
MJD? Yeah, MJD.
Well, I'm talking about his fantasy takes. Like, because, you know, like,
yeah, his fantasy takes are cool.
Yeah, right? Like,
I'll agree with those. But, like, when he came into that scouting realm, I was like, yo.
But he's not a scout. What are you doing, MJD? Come on, bro.
You just stay out of this realm.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck is the NFL Network even fucking doing? Bro, you know what? Have you ever considered, like, just submitting applications even? Like, fuck it. Why not?
Nah.
Why not, though? Like, you have nothing to lose. And you have all to gain. And you're great at what you do. Why not, right? Might as well. I mean, no, seriously. Like, would you get your feelings hurt? No. There's probably a million other motherfuckers doing it. But, like, you know, I'm just saying, it wouldn't hurt to do it, right?
Yeah, you're right. I've just been
Just don't doubt yourself. You're one of the GOATs I've ever, you know, when it comes to this shit. To be honest, like, personally that I've met, and I'll specify that because I'm pretty sure there's greater motherfuckers out there, you know, than all of us. You know what I'm saying? And what they do, the track record. But as far as me personally, who I've encountered, fucking phenomenal, dog. Like your articles, your fucking. Bro,
I appreciate that, man.
No, I'm dead ass, bro. Pause.
And to that, I'm gonna point that to all the people I have around me, whether it be my parents, whether it be Robbie, any of my friends that I just chatted about sports with. I mean, I point that to them. This isn't all about me. This isn't, I did this by myself. I have a cast supporting me around me that I point that to.
You check this out, Playmakers. He said one thing that's been resonating with me the heaviest in this 2020 year so far. What are we about? April, May, January, February, March, April, May. We're 5 months deep in this bitch, right? You know what I'm saying? And you said the heaviest thing that's resonating with me the most is just we're just taking life as it comes. You know what I mean? And like, you know, like I said, I like to believe I'm a reflection of who I surround myself with. I like to believe that, you know, I surround myself with like-minded individuals. You know what I mean? And like, bro, you're a fucking genius, bro. I mean, listen, I may or may not be, you know, overindulged. But that's usually when I tell the honest truth too. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like it's fucking uncanny what you do. You know what I mean? Like, please believe me. I know you're a young kid. I remember being your age. Ask me how it was when I was your age, real quick.
What were you doing when you were my age?
Bro, I was moving hella drugs, and I was listening to Tupac. He had already been dead for several years, and you know, if anyone who listens to Tupac, he'd be like, I'm hopeless. I live a thug life. And that was my mentality. I felt like I was hopeless. You know what I mean? And like, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, until I met my girl, things turned around. You know what I'm saying? That when I met my girl, things turned around. You know what I mean? It was like, because I've been with her since. You know what I'm saying? So we're going on like 17 years this May or this June next month. Shout out to my lady. Yeah, man. You know what? Thank you, bro. I'm not even gonna downplay that. Like, thank you for that. You know what I mean? Because it's something that you have to work for. You know what I mean? And appreciate and never jeopardize. You know what I mean? When calling a spade a spade. That's why I don't just say shit to say it. Like, I really believe in what I say, or even like when I invest in things like your content, for example, on the Rumboyz. Like, you as a writer, even just when you're talking on the goddamn Rumboyz After Dark, or even just anything, when you're in the comments, like, I pay attention to what you say because it has value. You can get value. You know what I mean? Which is incredible to me, though, being, you're in your youth in that sense at 17.
One of the things is that I've just taken with me through life is I want my words to mean something. I just don't want to spit something out and have it just go away.
Yeah.
When I say something, I mean it. I want it to resonate with people. I want people to understand me, and I just don't want to spit things out with like no meaning or care.
Because you know what, dude? You know what my nickname for you is now? Now that I think about this, you're the Enigma, bro. You are the Enigma. Does that suffice? Is that kind of cool to you?
I mean, it is what it is, man. I'll take any nickname I can get at this point.
I'm just telling you, you're like a great mystery, but that also is just versed in everything. You know what I mean? Of the especially when it comes to the fantasy footballism in general, sports. You know what I mean? Culture. Like, you are a white guy that's living in North Carolina, and like you're like a brother for real. Like, you know what I mean? Like you say bruh and you say pause. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I can always talk to you. You know what I mean? Because like, you know what the fuck you know me, when I'm saying some fuck shit, I be saying some fuck shit. You know what I mean? Where it's like, and you be like, pause. And I'm like, yes, he gets me. That's my bro.
Yo, I had to hit Justin with one of those last night, bro. That man said some weird stuff.
Bro, his show opens up.
No one caught it.
And his show opens up with pause shit all day. His bro. They do it on purpose. I love it. I actually appreciate it. It's comedy.
Justin realize it. You can, if you're watching it, you can see his face light up whenever he catches something he says.
Yeah.
He'll say it, and then he'll think about what he just said, and then you'll like see his face light up, and then his mouth will be like, "Oh."
I love it, bro. I mean, fantasy football is kind of like that though too. It's like, especially when we're evaluating players, we're like, he's long, he's strong. Pause. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's like, you know what I mean? Like,
he's lengthy. He got a good build. Like,
he's lengthy. Pause.
Like, pause.
This is why I fuck with you, J Love. Pause. Even just saying that statement.
Like, no homo, man. Like, why you gotta say it like that?
But you know what's funny about pause? Pause has been like, listen, I used to do a lot of work in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? And you know, my boys, shout out to Harlem. Shout out to Spanish Harlem even, you know what I'm saying? And you know, the east side, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, you know, my boys out there, like, I'm talking about like 10, 12 years ago type of shit. They were on that hype already. Pause. You know, way before.
I've been saying pause since I was like 9. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, so that puts us around 12 years ago. You know what I mean?
Roughly like 8.
Okay, yeah, word. I'm just saying though, because think about it like this. Like, now we're living in PC America. No homo is offensive. You know what I mean? And we don't want to offend anybody when we say that, but like, pauses just makes it even more funny. How about this? I wrote a song, and here's my bars. I said, I'm always in pocket. I'm more cocky than arrogant when I rock it. I'm like a funky experiment they concocted. But now I'm kamikaze in the cockpit. Pause. Right? Because there's all kind of cock references. And all right, I said, I'm always in pocket. I'm more cocky than arrogant when I rock it. Because even that sounds funny, right? Yeah, I'm like a funky experiment they concocted, but now I'm kamikaze in the cockpit. Pause. Right? It's bars.
Yo, that's too many, bro.
It's bars, though. But it's just funny, though. Like, I laugh. Because that shit will fly over people's head. I'm a lyricist, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I respect it.
Right? But tell me that isn't hilarious, though, right? When we explain it. in that way.
Yeah.
It is, alright. Bars, nonetheless. But you're fucking hilarious. Like, if I didn't know me and I was me, if that makes sense, I would listen to that and be like, pause. And then I would fall out when I say pause.
And now, if I didn't know you and I heard that, I'd be like, whoa, what type of rapper is this?
But it's bars as fuck. You know what I mean? And the fact that I threw pause in there, it saves me. You know what I mean? It saves me right there.
Yeah.
Cause then I even continue. I said, so it's like this. It said, I'm always in pocket. I'm more cocky than arrogant when I rock it. I'm like a funky experiment they concocted. But now I'm kamikaze in the cockpit. Pause. Fuck the game when my cock stiff. Fuck your side and your main for pillow talking. Right? So this is, what I'm saying? I said, fuck the game when my cock stiff. Right? Like, everything's a double entendre. Yes, right? It's even the further of the pause, right? But then I say, fuck your side and your main for pillow talking, right? So it's like, fuck where you're from, and also, fuck your main, fuck your main bitch even, you know what I mean? Fuck your side and your main for pillow talking. Like, I'm even fucking your side bitch even. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, everything's a double entendre. You know what I mean? I said, what part of the game is this? It's so cold. I can't believe that it came to this. No holds barred, Bogard, scot-free. I brought the block. No carbon copy, the one and only I rock. I heard the view is sick, but it's lonely at the top. Push work, steady working gets the hands on the clock. I keep my hat tilt, in case anybody watching, I keep my hat tilt, in case anybody watching, anybody gut spilt. Best believe I'm plotting. Best believe blood spilt. Get body, get pilt. I'm always on some fuck how you felt. Cause when you push soft, can't be soft like felt. Shining dipped in water like Phelps. Meanwhile, they still crying over spilt milk. You know what I'm saying? That's just, nigga, I'm trying to tell you, bro. Trying to tell you, blood. Like, it's just how I'm bars, bro.
Yeah, I got you.
I kind of went off the rails, didn't I?
Yeah, but hey, you spitting though,
right? Like I don't play around, bro. Like I'm from the golden. I mean, I was raised on the golden era, bro. Like I feel like delivering bars is like, you know what I'm saying. Like I want to raise mini Bogards out there. You know what I mean? I want motherfuckers to buy into my shit, and like, you know what I mean, the same way I bought into Tupac and Biggie and Jay-Z. And then, you know what I'm saying, and then, several, I can go the list. Like, you ever heard of Mac Dre?
No.
Bro, Mac Dre is retarded, legit, bro. Like, yeah, he rest in peace, too. You know what I'm saying? But and he's just another one of those ones, too. Like, he's a local hero. You know what I mean? Fucking legend. Died young. Got murdered. You know what I mean? As it happens with a lot of my heroes, you know what I'm saying? But all right, how about this? So, you're embarking on college. You're never going a little off the rails, right? Or at least off the game script. You're embarking on college. Like, what, how are you? Like, what's your target as far as like major and shit?
Probably sports management, more than likely.
Nice. Fucking nice.
As my major, I might double major actually and have my second be some type of journalism or communications.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna double major. I know it's gonna be a lot of work, but
hold on one second.
I gotta do.
I need to close the studio door because there's several people outside. Hold on 1 second, my man ain't left. Okay, continue.
But yeah, no, I want to double major in sports management and journalism. This is what I want to do. What I'm doing right now, I want to go mainstream with it, and just build a lifestyle off of it. That's what I love doing.
I love that, because you know what, too, Playmakers, try to do what you love. I know that sounds like retarded to some people, but it's like, because 9 out of 10 people, they end up working careers and it's just a job. Like, you know what? There is a dream you can achieve. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is a realm out there in the realm of possibility. I should say there's a realm of possibility that you can do what you actually love and you enjoy. Like, look at me, look at Bogard. I'm flying by the seat of my pants. You know what I'm saying? I got a fucking.
I mean, yeah.
You go ahead.
A whole bunch of people wake up every morning and they hate what they do.
For real.
I can't imagine living a life like that. Waking up every morning just being like, oh, I got to do this again. Oh, I got to do that. Why not wake up and be like, oh, I get to do this. I get to do that. Just living life to
a
the
privilege.
fullest. Right.
And a privilege that motherfuckers worked for. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, I actually get intrigued talking to, you know, youngsters like you. Even though, yes, you've been around for decades. You know what I'm saying? You know, you've seen, like, you've probably seen the first depression even. You know what I mean? In the 20s. You know what I mean? And now we're in the 2020s. So it's like, you know, I know this is probably reminiscent. You know what I mean? Because you are an old soul. But with that said, I'm saying, like, it's inspiring when I talk to youngsters like yourself, like, where you have direction. Because playmakers, don't be like me when I was J Love's age. You know what I mean? Don't be hopeless. Don't be fucking, you know, misdirected. You know, misconstrued. Everyone's misconstrued. Everybody's, you know what I mean? Everybody's misunderstood. We get that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, it's about understanding yourself too. You know what I mean? Like, understand where you're trying to go. Don't let the outside world negatively affect what your path is. You know what I'm saying? Or don't let it steer your path or anything like that. Like, you get what I'm saying, J-Love?
Find your boat and run.
Yes. Like a crispy route runner. Like Calvin Ridley even. He runs a good route. Can you argue with that? Am I right?
No. Calvin Ridley's a great route runner.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. All right. So now, before we close this thing up, let's go ahead with what were the
fantasy football?
Yes, for sure. Okay, I want to look at the Cardinals, and specifically, right? Am I crazy when I'm looking at Nuke Skywalker? You know, and I hate it when I come up with a cool nickname. Like, am I crazy looking at him first round, like back of the first round?
I mean, back end of the first round, yeah. But for me, at least, I go robust RB. I don't usually go wide receiver in the first round. Generally, my first 3 picks are running backs. To be honest with you,
I fucking love it. That is usually my bag. But you know what's crazy? Ironically,
but
the years I've won championships, I was taking at least one receiver within the first 2 rounds. Like, ironically. But my favorite thing to do, because, you know, I just kind of let it happen as it happens. But you know what I mean? Like they say, let the draft come to you, all that cliche shit, right?
Yeah.
But, bro, I always go 3 running backs. It's almost
I mean, the way I think about it, there's 32 starting running backs in the NFL, and there are roughly 32. There could be a little,
or even just 24, just top 24 even.
More so 24, because that's what you're going to be looking for.
Exactly.
If I get 4 of those guys, cool. I have a plethora of options.
And you have trading options too. Like you have
trading options.
Yes.
Because a top tier running back is more value than a top tier receiver.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it's going to be. And again, there's 24 running backs that I would go after.
This is redraft talk too. Playmakers. This is redraft talk. Because in Dynasty, I feel like receivers have more value in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, continue.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. But going off of wide receivers, each team pretty much starts 3 wide receivers, or they start 2 tight ends, and that 2 tight end set is not common. So,
nope.
Again, estimate, I'd say there's 90 starting receivers in the NFL in comparison to 32 starting running backs. You're not going to want to target those bottom 8 running backs usually, so 24 compared to, let's just say, 70. I'm going to take that 24. If I can get 3 out of those 24, that's an 8, which means, guess what? There's probably 2 people that don't have 3 of those guys there.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go off of that.
Okay. How bullish am I on Drake? Does he suffice in the back of the second round?
Yeah, out of all those guys you'd be looking at in the second round, Leonard Fournette, the Jags don't want him. Derrick Henry, they took a handcuff.
Yeah. Did they really?
Apparently some people,
Did they really?
They took a running back in Tennessee.
So we should handcuff that motherfucker. Can we say his name? I mean, I'm not even aware of this. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not indulged or in what's the word, engulfed like you are in this shit. I definitely am more indulged for sure.
Oh yeah, they took. Yeah, it was in the 3rd round. They took Darrington Evans out of state.
Damn, that's the same. Isn't that? Wasn't Derrick Henry a 3rd round pick too?
No, Derrick Henry was a 1st round pick.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Go ahead, continue.
But yeah, no, Darrington Evans is a little bit more of a receiving back, has a little bit of power. Not the fastest, but a decent elusive back. So he complements Derrick Henry. But whenever I see a compliment, I see more so options to get them off of the field when it comes to the RB1.
I hate that, dude.
He's going to lose snaps. Honestly, I don't see a world where Derrick Henry doesn't get some type of injury this season. I hate to be that guy.
Well, he's a banger.
He's a banger, but he's 6'3", 250 pounds.
He has 33-inch arms, too, so his fucking stiff arm's legit. He shines in the zone run scheme. You know, give him space.
At some point, that man's going to get hurt.
Yes.
You cannot be 6'3", 250, constantly getting hit, running like that, having that workload. You're going to get hurt.
That's why he signed that franchise tag so fucking fast. He signed his franchise tag faster than Simmons signed his fucking rookie deal with the Cardinals.
That man signed within like 2 hours.
He really did, though.
Crazy.
That was fucking crazy.
Yeah, but no. Out of all that, I'm kind of out on Derrick Henry at this point. That's not one. If I can get Derrick Henry in the early 3rd, cool, snag. 2nd round, I don't like that. I would take Kenyon Drake early to mid 2nd round.
Okay.
If you're robust RB, I would say behind Joe Mixon, behind Nick Chubb, probably at that RB 7 or 8 spot in the draft slot. That's where I would probably take Kenyon Drake.
Wow, I like that because Nick Chubb is actively my target when I'm in that area in the draft, and you know, in the 1st round at least. And if I could, and if not, then I would go, you know, Devontae Adams or fucking Nuke. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's where they.
By the way, I would take both Devontae Adams and Michael Thomas ahead of DeAndre Hopkins.
Of course.
I don't think
100%.
I said that earlier. Some people are taking DeAndre Hopkins ahead of Devontae Adams.
I like the idea of Hopkins just because, like, I am a Shanahan guy. You know what I'm saying? And Matt LaFleur is a Shanahan disciple, where it's like it's really predicated on the play action. It's really, you know what I mean? Like, yes, they didn't address that receiver position at all in the draft, the Green Bay Packers. So I get it, but
they kind of did.
Emmanuel Sanders, Aaron Rodgers is gonna have to continue. I don't know why the fuck I said Emmanuel Sanders, but
I mentioned Michael Thomas.
Yeah,
he's wide receiver.
Yeah. Thank you, big bro. But Aaron Rodgers is gonna have to go back to the Aaron Rodgers of old and have his efficiency be fucking super legit. Because honestly, bro, like I would rather take the floor of 600 pass attempts for a Kyler Murray, you know what I mean, than 550 floor for Aaron Rodgers because they're gonna be definitely a run first team, and they target. Yeah.
But one thing to mention about the Green Bay Packers, they run a really awkward system in a sense, and this is the first time Matt LaFleur is going to get an option to build his system.
Yeah.
Basically, he's going to be running Jay Sternberger, a tight end in the slot a lot, who's a good receiving tight end. They just drafted Josiah DeGuara, who I thought was a little bit of a reach, but going back and looking at it, he's a scheme fit, decent blocker, good hands. You saw flashes in MVS and Geronimo Allison. They need to stay on the field. But when
there is no more Geronimo neither, and like MVS is still there. I'm an MVS.
Oh, Geronimo left? I didn't even catch that.
I think so. I might have had a few. You don't have to look that up.
Okay.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's be accurate. Is my man Allison gone? Because I think he moved on. You know what I'm saying? Here's one thing too.
Geronimo Allison is on the Lions now.
Yes,
you are correct. He did move on.
So here, it makes sense though. Within division, I should say, they usually
interdivision.
Yeah, interdivision. Thank you. That's better. How about this though too? Right, MVS. I think I was always too bullish on him because I love like the double last names. I'm fucking retarded like that, bro. Like I'm ignorant like that. I love like Valdez Scantling. I'm like, yes, he's gonna be good. You know what I mean? Like,
a lot of people like him. A lot of people like him because he's 6'3", 6'4".
Bad hands.
Not good hands, but he's 6'4", runs fast. A lot of people are just gonna like him because of that.
Bad hands though. Damn it. And Rodgers will check that motherfucker. Rodgers will straight yell at a motherfucker for real. And he's yelling at him several times. He runs the wrong route. He drops a big bomb. He just yells at him. You know what I mean? That's why I love him.
The only Packers player I would draft at this point is Devontae Adams. I don't like Aaron Jones. That's another one of those second-round running backs I'm out on because they drafted another running back in the second round. Plus, I was also really liking Jamal Williams, and I'm kind of out on him as a handcuff now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm only touching.
And you know what, too?
I don't like taking receivers. I don't like taking receivers, so I'm probably not drafting or picking up a Packers player in general.
You know what I've been finding as my WR1s a lot is like, you know, because I'll go, if I want running back, I've been going running back and tight end early. That's what I've been doing. And
I'm probably going to go running back my first 3 rounds and then go double receiver and then maybe running back again.
Well, this is how I've been constructing certain things, right? Running back, tight end early. You know what I'm saying? And like if I'm not grabbing Kittle or Kelsey, I would wait till the 4th or 5th, or like back of the 4th or 5th, depending on where I'm at. And I would grab Mark Andrews, and I'd feel good about it. But like my first receiver, a lot of the times would be like Thielen, and then I started getting off the Thielen hype train, where I'm like, you know what? I'll just wait and grab Jefferson. Am I saying that right? He's there, right?
Yeah, Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And then, but Terry McLaurin, like it's been a lot of times like my first receiver, and I'm fucking happy to do that. Is that crazy?
I mean, no, because again, Terry McLaurin has that upside. I'm not really sold on Terry McLaurin right now, just because I don't know what I'm getting with Dwayne Haskins in that offensive line. So I don't really want to trust that. But I mean, I'm okay with Justin Jefferson. Probably not as my wide receiver 1.
No,
probably my wide
definitely
receiver
not the
2.
1. But like,
having that upside is, as a flex, that's a great flex.
Oh yeah,
in my opinion.
Getting him in the 7th or 8th round right now is where his ADP's at. Like I'm fucking with him.
Yeah, I'd grab that. I'd grab that easy. And yeah, definitely pause.
Yeah. Yes, that's why I fuck with you. Pause. Okay, all right. Before we now we're legit gonna take this thing down, right? When we take this thing down, what was the Cardinals' record last year?
5-10-1.
5-10-1. Okay, so let's put them at. All right, fuck it. Let's put them at 8-8.
That's exactly what I project them to be.
What's your under and over? So you're taking the even.
I'm taking the even. Yeah, I'm going 8-8. Looking at their schedule, they have the upside to go 10-6.
We're playing the NFC.
The Rams.
Playing the NFC East. We're playing the NFC. AFC East as well.
Yeah, they're playing both Easts and the NFC West.
Exactly.
Both teams twice.
Yep.
Usually, this is what happens. They split with the Seahawks. They almost always do.
Yeah, for real.
They split with the Seahawks. They're probably going to sweep the Rams. Just because I think the Rams are going to be god-awful next year. That's a hot take of mine. I projected the fall-off this past year.
This is not a Cardinals hat-wearing take.
No.
This
Look,
is in general.
Unbiased, I after they made the Super Bowl, I said their window's closed.
You know what I realized with the Super Bowl? When they played Bill Belichick, you know what they did? They put the blueprint out how to stop that offense. And you know what it is?
Yeah.
It's waiting till the clock to count down. As soon as, what is it, like it gets down to 10 or 12 seconds, then you cut off connection with
15. It's 15 seconds.
15. So it gets down to 15, and then they cut off connection. Then they'll change the defense. Belichick, he would change the look. So he instructed them. He was like, wait till the clock counts down, And as soon as it counts down and he's done talking to McVay in his ear, boom, switch the look.
Yeah, that's the thing. Jared Goff is not a good quarterback.
Exactly.
He's got a good
So, and
system.
he would just exactly. Thank you.
But like, you make Jared Goff read a defense, you'll win the game. That's exactly what he did. That's exactly what most teams do when it comes to Jared Goff. They're going to make him make the right play, and most of the time,
Exactly.
I'm not going to say 9 times out of 10. More so like 6 times
No,
out of
but
10.
they
He's
showed
not
the
going
fucking
to.
league. They showed the whole league like this is what you do against this
Not
team.
only that, but I mean, if you look at who was on that team when they had the Super Bowl run, Ndamukong Suh left right after the
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
true.
Aaron Donald did not have a great year
Remember
last year.
They traded
and
away
saying
Mark Peters. Oh, no, that
Brandon,
no, what
yeah,
was the
Marcus
corner?
Peters.
Marcus Peters. There you
Marcus
go.
Peters.
Thank you.
They traded away Marcus Peters. I mean, who?
And then they traded
slot
for
corner.
even though
Nikel Roby-Coleman.
Nikel Roby-Coleman. What is he? The Raiders now?
He's on the Eagles.
Eagles. Okay. Oh, nice. Because they were getting raped in that slot corner.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a good pickup. Okay, continue.
They were getting destroyed in that slot corner.
Yes,
All
they
their slot
sure
corners
was.
were playing
I was
outside.
starting.
No, they were playing. All their slot corners were playing on the boundary because all their boundary corners got hurt.
No, you ain't lying. And like, bruh, it made me so mad when like in the playoffs I try to do this. I try to do that trend. I started Anthony Miller, bro. Again, not even the
you got
playoffs.
burnt.
It was
You
like a
got
couple
burnt?
weeks before the playoffs. Yeah, I started Anthony Miller. I was like, yo, this is just math. It's simple fantasy math. These motherfuckers give it up to the slot receivers, right? And then he just did nothing. I was like, motherfucker, he literally put up 0. I was like, motherfucker.
I don't really like Anthony Miller. That's just me. I'm not too high on
I
Anthony Miller.
drafted him. He's depth guy. I think. Well, I mean, I think with the run pass option that's about to hit the Bears in full effect.
I don't like anybody on the Bears. Don't make me start with that
I
Bears talk.
I do love Robinson though.
Who?
Allen Robinson.
Oh, Allen Robinson?
Yeah, I fuck with
his ADP is too high for me.
5th
like,
round,
yeah, he's
4th
good.
round?
Yeah, look, I would love to take him there.
Okay,
That's
okay.
about when I take receiver, but he always goes at the top of the 5th round, mid-4th round. I would take him mid-5th. So by the time I would feel comfortable drafting him, he's usually gone.
But also, too, in that part of the draft, you're looking for, like, now you're looking for your receivers that you can bank on because you're going running back heavy usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the receivers I usually go with in that
Yeah.
4th, 5th round, Stephon Diggs is usually there in that 4th round.
You ain't worried about him being part of the soft tissue injury gang?
No, I like Stephon Diggs, man. He's
I
one of
do
those
love
guys that,
I do love him being
like, 1 week,
Uh-huh.
look, one week he'll burn me because Kirk Cousins is Kirk Cousins, and the next week he'll get me 40 points,
You need my man
So-
Corky Kirk.
which he doesn't have to deal with anymore.
Yeah.
But look, he has Josh Allen. I don't know if Josh Allen is an upgrade over Kirk Cousins, but Stephon Diggs loves a long ball. That's exactly what Josh Allen throws.
Exactly. The big one, the white Cam Newton himself. The Stallion. I love Josh Allen, dude. I'm one of those guys, bro.
Vanilla Vic.
Vanilla Vic, I love that even. All right, well, check this out, man. Oh, you know what? Okay, I mean, actually, there's some more fantasy questions I want to ask you about the Cardinals. Christian Kirk versus versus the old man Fitzgerald, your boy. You've been around with him.
I would go Christian Kirk.
Yeah, why are people
this is
hating
just
on
me.
him? I don't get it.
When Kirk was on the field last year, he missed like 3 games, I think it was, and even then he had a couple games where he was
Kirk
iffy
was
because of that
legit,
injury.
bro.
He led the team in targets. He led the team in catches. He was only 7 catches behind Larry Fitzgerald, and that man still was.
Do you think their targets get watered down with the? I mean, obviously with the addition of DeAndre Hopkins, but
I think they do, but still, they're the wide receiver 2 on that team, and they're going to get targets. If you look at who got those targets, 109 for Fitz last year, 108 for Christian Kirk.
Are
They're
they
neck
more
and neck.
daily plays than redraft like pickups?
I would take Christian Kirk in a redraft. Would I
Because
take him
he's
for
going
depth?
like what,
Definitely.
10th, 11th round for real. Like they're disrespecting.
I think his ADP right now is 11 or 12.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But yeah, I would take him over Fitz. If you can get Christian Kirk in the 11th to 12th round, grab him. That's great depth. He's probably going to be the wide receiver 2 in Arizona
Did you
next
call
year.
him? He is a rack receiver, as you would call it, right? Like
Yeah, he is. He's the one he's more so the deep threat for the Cardinals. That's what he was last year, but he excels whenever he's getting these underneath type plays and he can just run.
Yeah, shorter A-dot. Just give him the ball in his hands.
He's not the fastest, but he just makes plays.
I fucking like Christian Kirk, bro. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe I love alliterations, but I mean,
the one thing I don't like about Christian Kirk, he had 3 touchdowns last year.
Yeah,
All
and they came in one game.
Were in one game. They were against the Bucs.
Against the Bucs, exactly.
That's my one issue with him, but other than that,
but I think that's great diagnosis as a coach. Like, listen, we're gonna attack them this way, right?
Yeah,
but yes,
I mean,
go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was like, yeah, but look, if he can find the end zone, which I think he will, because Kyler Murray is going to be throwing a lot more this year, in my opinion. Just because, again, it's going to be D-Hop. And D-Hop, I think, is going to be used a lot as a decoy, in my opinion.
I know that scares me the most, dog. But I do love the fact that...
Teams are going to be like, oh, Larry Fitzgerald, DeAndre Hopkins, and then they're just going to forget about this guy named Christian Kirk.
I think I might should be like zeroing more in on Drake than if I'm looking at the Cardinals, because at the same time it's like
that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, right. Like let Nuke take the top off. Like I took. You know what's crazy is that I consciously took Nuke over Devontae Adams in that mock draft. In that mock draft, which steadily is a real league now. You know what I mean? It's like a real league now. We're gonna donate. Like we said this earlier. We're going to donate to a goddamn charity of our choice. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny, though. It's funny because the next person after me, he was like, thank you, Bogard. I'm so glad you took DeAndre Hopkins because you enabled me to grab Devontae Adams. And I was like, fucking A. You know what's funny, too, is I'm so, like, confident in what I do. And then when someone else points up, especially when I'm weighing out the options. I was literally like, I Adams.
Hey, one thing about me is Robbie already said it when we were on panel on Friday, but he was like, yo, one thing you can count on is me taking Joe Mixon, because I've done it the past 2 years.
Mixon.
And I love Joe Mixon. If
Are
I'm
you
at
aware
the
of
end of that
Sir Joe
first
Mixon?
round, yo,
Joe?
I'm in.
Are you aware of? I love big butts and I cannot lie. Like the other brothers can't deny, right? I call him Sergio Mix-a-Lot. I mean, and I love it. I love that you know that. Of course you know. You've been around. You've been around for years.
But Joe Mixon, Kenyon Drake, those are 2 of those guys that I'm looking at in that first and second round.
So, like, you would swing around. Say you were 11.
Look, say
you're 11 out of 12.
No. Honestly, say I'm like 1-9.
Okay.
1-9. If I'm sitting there and I see Mixon and then like Devontae Adams and D-Hop, I'm like, I'm taking Mixon, and then I swing back around and take Kenyon Drake.
You know, I respect. First of all, I love all the disciples that are from the Shanahan tree, and in this case, you know what I'm saying, Zach Taylor, because he's a disciple of McVay, who's a disciple of Shanahan, you know what I mean? And like the zone run schemes, just feeding the running back in general. You know what I mean?
One thing I'm scared about with Joe Mixon is that now they have Joe Burrow and he runs a lot of empty set.
Yeah.
Mixon isn't the best pass catcher. He's not bad in any means, but he showed signs.
I feel like they don't use him enough.
Last year.
I feel like they don't use him enough.
He took a big step last year.
No, you ain't lying. And he did start off the year hurt. But one thing I hate is the reason.
He's another one of those guys that he just nags with injury.
Yeah.
Nothing too serious, but it's just like 1 or 2 games a year you're gonna see him sit just because oh, I rolled my ankle, oh, I have a bruised elbow, oh no, I
need to get a knee drain.
Right, exactly. I need a cortisone shot this week. Like he's just gonna be one of those guys.
Give him cortisone shots every week. Fuck it. Juice him up.
Essentially, in my opinion, he's the running back version of Julio Jones.
Yes! Great comparison in that sense. I love that.
They put up numbers when they're on the field.
You know
they
what's
are
crazy,
never
bro?
healthy.
I always curve Julio in that sense, bro. Like, People get blinded. Julio to me is like Derrick Henry. When you look at their numbers, everything is skewed. The per game basis is shitty, but they will have the 160-yard outing, 200-yard outings, 2 touchdown, 3 touchdown yards outings on top of a 150-yard outing type of shit. But it's like on a per game basis, I would rather have other people. I'd rather have Calvin Ridley over one Julio Jones. You know what I'm saying?
Especially looking at ADP, if I can get Calvin Ridley in like the 6th,
for real,
7th round.
I've been mad that motherfucker's been sniping me on Calvin Ridley. Cause you know what I mean? Should be a PPR. Dude, you know what I love? Did we just become best friends, bro? Like, we love Calvin Ridley. He's legit, bro.
Oh, no, I love Calvin Ridley. I had him, he was probably, he was one of my top receivers when he was coming out, if not my top receiver that year. What year did he come out? Was that 2018 when he came out? Was he in the Baker draft class?
18, yeah. Am I right? You know what? Let's get accurate.
Oh, he was my wide receiver too. He was behind Cortland Sutton.
Dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Cortland Sutton's an animal.
Speaking on Denver, right? First of all, Drew Lock is one of my greatest values. Late round quarterback.
I love Drew Lock. I love Drew Lock this year, but I'm not touching any of those weapons now.
Okay, so now, fill me on this. Should we be wary of the fact that they have Vic Fangio there and that defense, and then they have a big-ass boot with Brandon McManus that a lot of these games will probably be lower scoring?
And in this situation, talent will speak for itself, and talent will work its way out. Because Drew Lock has all the talent in the world when it comes to being a quarterback. Cortland Sutton, all the talent in the world.
And they kind of got some holes now.
All the talent
in their secondary. There is some holes.
Their corners. I mean, outside of AJ Boye, their corners are not looking like it.
Yeah,
it's going to be great.
Okay, good. No, I asked these questions selfishly for myself. Playmakers. Yes, we're delivering the knowledge for you guys, but at the same time, I'm asking because he's one of my favorite late round QBs to target. And
I love Noah Fant before the draft, but now they just picked up Albert Okwuegbunam, so I don't really like either of those tight ends.
Because, you know what I'm saying? I know you know how to pronounce every fucking name. Bro, how about this, bro? We should just create that now. A fucking app where it's J Love fucking pronounces
sports names.
Yes.
Pronounce sports names.
Yes.
No.
Bro, why not?
I look, the way I learned how to speak was, like, it wasn't through, like reading a whole word and just being like, let me try and say it. It's breaking a word down, and that's kind of what I do with names.
Man,
so
bro, because I'm like, I actually go to J Love to figure out how to pronounce certain names. Bro, J Love, it was a pleasure and an honor. Let's go ahead and let them know. I know there's only one place they can find you, but let them know. I want them to hear from you.
I mean, technically there's two. Rumboyz.com for my articles.
Sure. Yeah, you're right.
Don't forget. Rumboyz.com for my articles. That's where I write. That's where I do my work. Me, my boys, Connor Burke, Peacock, Eric. I know I'm forgetting a whole bunch of other people that write on there because there's just so many and they're so good.
I'm about to start writing articles too. Fuck it.
Look, if y'all think I'm good, my boy Peacock does all the work when it comes to fantasy stuff. I'm more so focused on tape and what I see there, so I'm less of a fantasy analyst. Yeah, when it comes to reality and look, when it comes to like projecting a team's record, I'm more accurate with that than what I am with fantasy stuff. So take everything I said today with a grain of salt. But that's just my opinion. When it comes to following me on my socials, Rumboyz J Love on Twitter, hit me up there. That's where I am.
All right, one more thing. I just thought of this. Give me a late round value. Just in J Love's world. Give me a late round value in a 12-team redraft. Like we're talking about like
redraft.
we're talking about like 13, 14, 15th round type of shit.
What position?
Any,
like just in general?
Any, bro. Any. Like just someone who
let me look
who
up.
you constantly, someone who you would constantly grab. You know what I'm talking about? Pause.
Yeah, let me look something up. Where's this dude's
do your
ADP?
thing. Do your thing, bro.
Um,
Do your thing, big bro. Check this out. I'm Filipino. Our big brothers, we call them Kuyas. So Kuya. So I got Kuya J Love. You know what I mean? Let me know.
yeah,
Kuya.
I mean, I'm gonna go Keyshawn Vaughn. He's my guy from the draft.
I've been grabbing him too early then, huh? I grabbed him in the 7th round. I loved it. I loved it.
There's a chance he's that high. I just looked up his ADP. They're pegging him as 40, RB 40.
Yeah, I grabbed him.
So he's probably sitting there. He's probably sitting there in like the 10th, 11th, 12th round.
Okay, so I grabbed him hella early. I loved grabbing him though. I loved it. My league is crazy. My team is crazy. I got
this is strictly me going off of tape. I love Keyshawn Vaughn. He lives and dies in the trenches. He'll bust a 20 to 30 yard run every now and then. But one of the biggest things I look for when it comes to can a player catch, I look at their what's the stat called? It's percent ratio catch okay. It's the percent of catches from the team he was on. So he had 20% of his team's catches were from him alone when he was in his team.
Target market share.
Yeah. That's it. There we go. I could not remember what that was called off the top of my head.
That's pretty good, huh? I actually like.
His target market share was at like 20%. It was literally second highest.
I'm really
in the draft.
drunk.
It was
I'm really
great.
drunk for the record.
Yeah, no, you're all good, bro. But
no, I know.
He's a good pass catcher.
You're the designated driver, bro. Like
he is.
If it's me and Robbie,
Keyshawn Vaughn. In my opinion, Keyshawn Vaughn is going to be what the Bucks wanted Ronald Jones to be.
Well, I want to hold on. We're gonna strike that from the record because I don't want anyone to be on them. Because I'm all about Keyshawn Vaughn. Listen, I don't want to drive his ADP up. So, mind you, I'm not gonna take any of this out. But I love that you say that, bro. Because where I got him, I might have reached, quote unquote. But like,
look, I don't mind reaching. If you have your guys reach, go ahead. But just make sure that reach by the end of the season is going to pay off.
But also, as long as you're feeling a need in the draft, you know what I mean?
Hey, look, here's another thing. If you reach for Vaughn, his hype is real right now. So if you get him in the 7th round, you can flip him before the NFL season even starts and probably get a 7th round caliber player just because you reached for him.
Yeah, because Tom Brady would be so fucking hot at a motherfucker for real if he can't pass protect on 3rd downs or anything like that. Because Keyshawn Vaughn should be a fucking 3-down back for real. Like, call me crazy.
No, he should be definitely.
Yeah.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, right.
He can. He's not the best blocker. He's decent.
Yell at this motherfucker, dude. Don't fuck up.
You let me get hit.
Don't fuck up, dude. Fucking, you hear me, Vaughn? Shout out to Keyshawn Vaughn, friend of the show. I know you're hearing this. Bro, J Love, it was an honor and a pleasure. I legit have like a million more questions. And I don't do the short podcast at all by any means. I always do like the 2-hour joints type of shit, like for real, because especially when it's somebody's first appearance, where I have to paint the picture for the Playmakers. Oh, look at the alliterations. Paint the picture for the Playmakers. I love that. Look at it. What? Right? Like, I love that. You know what I mean? Because you are definitely going to be a reoccurring appearance. You're definitely going to be a reoccurring entity. And I love being under the same umbrella as you as far as the Rumboyz go. Gang. I love being...
I appreciate that.
No, for real, bro. Like, I appreciate you, man. Like, you know what's crazy, bro, is you're young enough where, like, your mom is the same age as me. And, like, I'm not saying that as any kind of knock at all, but it's almost like I'm still trying to grow in my sense, where it's like here's a young man who not only has seen like decades and centuries and shit like that, right? You know, just jokingly, right? But just goddamn, just fucking efficient and cares about what his analysis brings. You know what I mean? Because some people will say wild shit to get a reaction, but like, bro, all you do is deliver like just straight accuracy, bro. Like if there, we want to put it on a level of 1 to 10, you're always 9 out of 10 on point, bro. You know what I mean? I don't want to stress that enough. This is why I feel like it's my pleasure to have you on here. Pause. Let them know one more time.
Had to throw that in there. You just had to throw that in there.
I had to. I mean, that's
just that extra pause.
Once I said it out loud, it was kind of weird.
Yeah. Just for the last time, where's Love on Twitter? Rumboyz.com for my articles. That's where I am. That's where I'll always be. I appreciate it. Not even I appreciate it. I appreciate we're still going. You having me on the show. Words can't explain how happy I am to be a part of this crew and having you a part of it.
Yeah, man, I'm really I love that I'm the newest. Me and Gemmo, we're both Sagittarius, bro. I know you are Virgo / Leo, or Leo / Virgo. I mean August 21st, right? See how I remember that?
Yep.
And I remember because I pay attention, bro. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? The universe doesn't lie, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm so happy the universe brought us together, bro. You know what I mean? I know you're my elderly, and I make jokes about it, but at the same time, too, man, you know what? Fuck everything I just said, but I just want to say congratulations to your family and to your your newborn sister. What can we? Yep. Is it okay? Can we say her name? What's her name? Is that okay?
Her name right now is Elena.
Elena, beautiful, man. Congratulations, bro. I love that, man. I'm all about that, man. And you know what, man? Everybody follow this man so you don't fuck up in life. Hey, my guy, thank you. Peace.
Hey, thank you.
For sure, my brother. Thank you, man. For real. Peace.
Peace.
And that was my man J Love. Legit. The quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. I'm just playing though. No, but that's my man J Love, man. Jordan Love. Oh, hell of a follow. Must follow even. God damn it. Playmakers, do it. Like he said, like designer even. He shitted on me when he said that. I love it. Fucking hilarious. Fucking love J Love. J Love is the truth. Hold on, let me figure out.